Yeah, first I wanna thank Nicholas for inviting me. And I didn't want to do it online, so I came to Italy because I think this is what I am. I want to connect to people. That's the most important thing for me. Only online is not my thing, and that's also the way I do my retreats and in small groups, so I can really get to know you. I know who you are. I know your pain. I know your trauma. And because of that, I can really help you. Also, after the retreat, you have me for a full year. You can email me and we can do a Zoom call or a telephone call, just what you need. Because after the retreat, this is the most important thing. Anybody can be in a sacred space a whole week and feel okay and feel safe and feel like you can just surrender. But then you go back into the real world, and that's when the challenges come.
Okay.
And I think I didn't prepare anything, but I think, okay, when I sit here, it will come. What is most important for you to hear? And of course, I'm so overwhelmed by your energy, all of you, such beautiful beings being here. It's really heartwarming to see you and to talk to you. I'm really happy I came. And from my point of view, so this is my truth that I'm speaking, and your truth can be very different from my truth, I know. And we also know that our truth can change any minute because of a conversation, because of something you hear, because of an energy connection. So please be open to anything and just feel what is also your truth in my truth. For me, I have been giving retreats in Living on Prana from 2018 and mostly a lot. So 8 to 10 week retreats each year, and then 4 weekend retreats for the people who have already joined one of my retreats to even get deeper and deeper and deeper. Every time a different layer, every time something else may come up. And for me, in this going on this journey into prana, for me, it's very important to clean your body cells. Because in these cells, and we already heard it from some other speakers this festival, you have to know what is stored in your cells. All the memories, all the heavy emotions, trauma, and trauma doesn't have to be really big, but it also can be something really small. Maybe something somebody said to you once and you don't even remember what, but it influenced your life. And of course, we have stored all kind of pollution also in our cells, from pesticides, and, well, everything that the environment brings to us, all the challenges. And it's not only this life, so your own life, your own body, but also the first cell we were created from. It's got all of the emotions and trauma of your mother and your father and your ancestors. So we have a lot to clean. I use different techniques for this cleaning of the cells. And you really have to understand that this cleaning of the cells, and it doesn't matter which way you do it, you can do it by your own visualization or my videos. The more you clean up the cell, the higher the vibration becomes in your cells. And the higher your vibration in your cells, the less food your body will ask for. And well, you already know, all of you, that it's not a journey from here until 3 weeks or 3 months. No, for a lot of you, it's a long journey. But please enjoy this journey because it's very important. Also, the times that you have a craving, that you need to eat, please see it as a present, I always say to my participants, because these things show us that there is something that you can work on still. So don't judge yourself. Judgment is a very low vibration. So if you crave something and you want to eat it, but enjoy it when you eat it. That's important. Yeah, I also think maybe a lot of people see me a little different than other pranic teachers. Some of the pranic teachers, they really go to minimalism and simple life. And well, I look a bit different and I am a bit different also. And because for me, this is who I am, and I want to be full. I want to have the full experience of this human body and being alive and be in the midst of society. For me, that's just a joy to be in the midst of society, not to be alone all the time in the forest or going back to minimalism. I live small in green surroundings, but I love it to be in a city. And I love it to talk to people. And I think I see it as my purpose to really bring these little seeds of living on prana to the corporate world. I have a lot of talks with doctors and business people. And because I think my purpose is over there, to show them that this different way of living, and that it doesn't mean that you don't have to do anything anymore, but just you can be just there, fully alive, doing the job you love, because that is important, of course, that you enjoy what you do. And if that is being a doctor, or if that is being a director of a big corporation, that's totally okay, because when that is your passion, that's it. And when they see me and they can feel me, and they can also see that, okay, well, she looks good, and she looks strong in her femininity. They really listen to me. They are open to what I have to say, to my truth. And they know I am always open to hear somebody else's truth also. So they don't judge, they just open up. And yeah, I think that's so beautiful that you can just connect in openness. And And you can do it in the midst of society. You don't have to get away from society. And for some, I realize, okay, maybe a period of solitude is nice in this journey because there are so many restaurants and on festivals, a lot of food trucks. And maybe you need some time for yourself to really get into this journey on prana to just get a balance. But this journey towards prana is so much more. You already know, so much more than not eating or eating once in a while. No, it is what changes in your life. What does this process change in your life? Your view gets clearer. Your awareness becomes so big. And yeah, you feel different things. So you really have to be really kind towards yourself to really feel, okay, who am I? Am I changed or did they change? And can you stick with this new creature? And every time something will come up, maybe something one of your family members said to you, and how does that affect you? So it's all questioning. Hey, what is still triggering me or giving me kind of emotion? And for the ones who are just in this, on this path or interested in this path, the first year will not be easy, I always say. But every time go back to the why. Why did you take this step? Or why do you want to do this? And it's all about self-love. And a lot of people, a lot of participants, also in my retreats, they have this thing with weight loss. And I think I will address it because it's a thing that comes up, of course. In my retreats, you can choose dry fast, water fast, juice fast, whatever you like and whatever suits you. But a lot of the participants want to do the dry fast. And I always say, it's not better, it's not faster. So ask your body. But people don't know how to ask their body. And they always say, okay, when do I know that it is my mind? And when is it my body that is answering? And we have some tricks for that. So for me, my body tells me everything in a simple way. So I just have to, because sure, I sometimes think, I want to taste something because this is part of my human experience, taste. So I will never, well, let's not say never, but now in these 6 years, from beginning 2018, I'm living on prana. And for me, it is so nice to taste something sometimes and to have this social eating sometimes with friends or with family, because this is part of my human experience. when the people are dry fasting or water fasting and they go to juices, now let's first say when they come in or before the retreat even, I ask them the question, are you afraid of dropping weight? And a lot of the people who come say yes. I'm afraid to get too skinny because I'm already skinny. And when this is your answer, that you have a fear of dropping weight, you will drop in weight. Because this is how it works. This process amplifies your fears. So you can take a look at them and you can work with these fears. And of course, I always feel very responsible. So I will guide them through it also after the retreat because they have me for a whole year. And at some point, I have to say to people when they are juicing, okay, we are not there yet to get this deep fear that is there. So you have to eat now. Eat for 2 months, off and on, and then we will start again. And maybe, your cells keep changing, your cells keep renewing themselves, and they will be cleaner and cleaner all the time. So maybe in a couple of months, we can go to the core of this fear. So it's all good. No rush. Just enjoy the ride. And we also have the people who say, oh, well, it's okay if I drop 20 kilos. Totally okay. I will be very pleased with that. And then what happens? They will lose nothing at all. Nothing. And that is because there is no acceptance to the body at this moment. So this is really what it does. It shows us our self-love, our fears, what is still limiting us to really come in this self-love and freedom. So this is really important. Every time you have to look at yourself and be good with yourself. Love yourself, love your body. And for me, I think I'm going to share this because for me, it was a journey of self-love to the body. In my life, I'm not going to share my whole life story, but this is an important thing for me, and maybe you can recognize it. First, I was in fashion and in sports, a lot of sports. I went to the gym 2 times a day. At some point, I did Miss Fitness contests. So I was always into food, dieting, vitamins, supplements. This body had to look a certain way to get on stage. So perfection was my thing. Looking perfect, being perfect. And I became a nutritionist. I became a trauma therapist, kundalini yoga teacher. And I loved all of this because This is also in me that I always ask myself the question, do I want to do this, what I'm doing now? I'm a real entrepreneur, so I have not worked for anybody all my life. I always worked for myself. And I ask myself the question, do I want to do this until I'm 60? And if the answer was no, I stopped it. So my family thought, oh my God, what is he going to do now? And this is because yeah, I can say it for myself. It's no ego, I feel. No, I'm always good in what I do. So it always, I'm really a person who believes in abundance. And that is always there in my life. And with all these things I have done in my life, it was never my soul's purpose. I could feel it. I thought, okay, when am I going to find this soul's purpose? Why am I here? And I know a lot of people have this question. Why am I here? What do I have to do here? What does my soul want to experience? And this coming to living on prana, I heard about it 10 years before I went into the process. Here, I was in the process, and I think 3 months in it, I thought, wow, my body changed. My outlook to the world changed. And I thought, oh, wow, this is it. This is it. So we, me and my ex-partner then, we did the process in February 2018, and we organized our first retreat in September of that same year. Because I thought, oh, the world has to know, or the Netherlands has to know at that point. Yeah. But in this process, so I used in my retreats, to close that part, in my retreats, I used every aspect I have ever learned. I know everything about bodies, about cells, about vitamins, about food, about trauma. So I kundalini, I implement this all in my retreats. And in the process, me being my perfect body, I dropped 10 kilos in 1.5 weeks. It was so fast. And I got obsessed with the scale. And then one time I thought, okay, what am I going to do? And in a few weeks, I kept dropping some ounces, and I thought, okay, looking naked at myself in the mirror. And I thought, okay, I don't like what I see, of course, because this is not perfection for me. Really skinny. And I sat there for a while in front of the mirror. And yeah, something clicked. I thought, okay, I understand this. This is my process. Because what if my body does not look this perfect? It had to be perfect for all these years. And it was a big process, I can tell you. But I also felt that this is what I had to do. This process into living on prana, this is something I have to surrender to. So then I told myself, okay, I get it. If this body, this skinny body is needed to do this process, I will give it 1 year. I said that. You can be 1 year a really skinny body. It's okay. If that is part of the process, it's totally okay. But I also had a but. After this 1 year, when all my cells are renewed, I want to go up again to 50 because I dropped to 52 kilos. And then I want to go up to 57, 58 kilos. Then I will be very happy, I thought. And during this first year, I was okay with it because I felt so great. I thought, oh my God, because when I was doing the contests, I thought this is the best I can be. Also, how I can feel. You know, my blood was perfect on all levels. Of course, I took a lot of vitamins also. And I thought I was the most fittest I could be. But then I think 3 or 4 months into this process, I felt better than all those years ago that I was on stage. And I thought, oh, wow, without all these vitamins and minerals, and it was really so amazing. It's such an amazing process. Yeah. But I think I was in month 9 of the process. And then I thought to myself, well, maybe I can gain some kilos by eating. Okay, I'm going to tell you a little bit how fast my process went. So this is not a good example, I think. So in short, I will tell you, but I did a lot of work, of course. I'm a trauma therapist, so I did a lot of work on myself. And I had a good childhood because that's also easier, I guess. I'm very grateful for that. Mom, dad, they know. So I started with 84 hours of dry fast. Of course, vegan in the beginning and liquids the last week. And then I did 84 hours of dry fasting, 4 days of water fasting. And then I went to juices and I did mono juicing for 8 weeks. So just one kind of juice, just seeing it as fuel for my old cells. So don't think about it. Just take a glass every 1.5 hours, just getting some fuel into this body, into this vehicle. And after these 8 weeks, I want to tell so much I can feel, but it comes later. After these 8 weeks, I took 1 glass less every 3 days until I had nothing anymore, just some tea at the end of the 3rd month. And that was the point that I thought, okay, let's see if this body can function without any calories in it. I still drank tea because that's for the flavor. And I did that for 3 months. And I thought, wow, I already knew this was possible, but now I really know. I really know in every cell, in every atom of my body, I know this is it. This is the way to get this enormous energy. And yeah. So then after these 3 months of 0 calories intake, then you want to chew again. And I thought, okay, I have to start very carefully and simple. So I did, but my body was okay with that. So it was on a Saturday, I think. And then I thought, okay, I go to nothing again. And the week after, I allowed myself to do a Saturday again. And I thought, okay, now I'm going to do something different. Pizza. I craved pizza with cheese. So there was a lot of dough and a lot of fat. And I thought, well, let's see what this body does with this. And it was totally fine. And I thought, okay, well, good. Because before I entered this process, I was intolerant on everything, I think. But last year, before I took this step, I couldn't eat anything almost anymore. Fruit is always a good thing for me because I was a fruitarian for 1 year also before. And yeah, now I could eat everything again. I didn't. I allowed myself to take something every Saturday or every Sunday and just to feel what it did to me. But after 9 months, I thought, okay, I would like to get these kilos up. And maybe it is possible now. Okay, I know I have said 1 year, but maybe I can do it right now. So I thought I take 1 weekend and I ate breakfast, lunch, dinner. Saturday and Sunday, I did breakfast, lunch, dinner. And I waited a few days because otherwise the scale gives what's still inside of you because I have a slow metabolism. And so I went on the scale on Thursday and I lost weight. And then I thought, aha. So this digestion process in my body costs so much energy that I don't do that again. I thought, okay, I will wait this year. Yeah, and this is the beauty of it because when the first year was over, in 2 to 3 months, I got up to 57 kilos. Exactly what I set out to do without eating more than I did. And I was just amazed by that. And then I thought, oh yes, we can really do everything. Everything is possible. So many possibilities. We just use so little of our real possibilities that are in us as human beings, and we are so limited in everything we have learned, and we are in such a safe space that we know we have to open up fully to all of the wonders that are out there. It's so beautiful to see. So for me, this first year was kind of easy. I had some processes because I got divorced after 1 year. So, but that was because this process brought me into my power, into my real feminine, my own power. I am somebody who's really easygoing, soft in energy, easygoing. So I adjust myself to somebody else really easy. So there was a lesson for me to set my soft boundaries and really, really ask myself the question, who am I? who am I? I come from a relationship that lasted 31 years. So we were together for a very long time. Most of you maybe heard of him, Brahma Menor. He also gives Pranic retreats. And I adjusted myself to him all these years. And it was okay because we had a really good relationship. But in this transformation towards prana, I could not adjust anymore. I felt, okay, who am I? And I need some freedom and I need some space to explore who I really am. And if I can do a lot of things just by myself. And this is exactly what happened. So I always say this path towards prana will bring you in your self-love, and because of that you will feel strong and secure in yourself without all of those needs, unhealthy needs that we have. It shows you so much. So when you just walk the walk in this path, you will feel that you will gain freedom, not only food freedom, but freedom in expression, and it's secure in yourself, so the world can see you for who you are, and you're not adjusting anymore. You can show yourself, you can speak up, of course, in a loving way. And yeah, just be there. And this is why I think I always want to say to my participants, yeah, just be fully in this society with all of the technology and enjoy it. I think enjoying your life is sometimes very difficult for people because of the things they experience. But in this path, when you clear up so much, freedom comes. Freedom comes. No judgment. No judgment on eating. No judgment on other people. This has also brought me very much serenity. And I always feel very humble that I can give my retreats and I can reach people. Yeah, I don't have an ego that wants to preach or something. No, I never tell but somebody who I just met, I never tell what I do. They ask me what I do, and then I give them this much, nothing more. And then they will come back, because when I tell them I'm not eating, then it's too much mostly. So I will just get them curious and then come to me. Yeah. In my lectures, I always love questions, because I think that's the most important thing, because this story is my story, but I know a lot of people have a lot of questions, things they struggle with. So let's do some questions.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Amudra. Do we have questions here? Yes.
Moi, je dis en français. Bonjour, merci pour tout ce que tu nous as dit. J'aimerais savoir, c'est une question que tu as abordée en début de ce dont tu parlais. Comment tu fais la différence entre un choix du mental et un choix de l'être, de ton corps?
Thank you for what all that you said, and it's a question about the first part of your talk, and I would like to know better how you discern, how you can say that a decision or something in me comes from the mind or from the body.
Okay, yeah, I understand. Yeah, yeah. I'll give you the tips because I forgot. Good question. Yeah, for me, it's very easy to feel if my body wants something or not, or if it's coming from the mind. And for me, I just have to see it or think about a product, so food, and then I get the feeling that I'm filled up until here, like I'm totally full. And this is how my body explains to me, please don't put it in me. Yeah. But for some people, this doesn't work because they still think, this comes from the mind. So a good tool to use to really listen, especially when it's not only if it's about food, also other decisions. I have a really strong inner knowing, so I always have a yes or no inside as a voice. But some people I say, just stand up and close your eyes, and you do one control question. You ask the question about your name. So for me, this would be, is my name Amudra? And see where your body goes. Goes it to the front, forwards, or does it go to the back? And then you know what your yes is. For me, my yes is always my body going forward. But for some people, it's different. So the yes is to the back. So when you ask your body, let's say you have a taste or towards tomato soup. And you say, okay, body, would you like some tomato soup? Yeah, so it's always the right answer because this you cannot really manipulate. Because sometimes I see people with kinesiology like this. I think you can manipulate that a bit. So this, your body going towards the front or to the back, that's really easy for everybody. And when you do that with everything you eat, you get to know your body much better. And also when you think of something that you really want to eat and your body says no, of course you still have the choice to eat it. Yeah. But you know it's not your body's choice. And maybe you can, because I did some experiments with several of my participants, and they said to me, okay, when my body says no and I eat it anyway, I cannot stop eating anymore. And when I ask the question and my body says yes, it's okay to eat this, then they can stop. So they take just a small portion. So this is also what happens. So please explore this to get really close to your body, and so you can really listen to your body. So that's very important. Okay, I have something I want to say, I feel. For me, this process was very, it was very, very important. I'm really down to earth. So People who really know me know that. I'm really down to earth woman. And I always had questions about everything that was over there above me. And I always got the answer. It's not important for your soul's mission right now. So I never saw anything. I always worked with energies because I know I have giving hands. But it was really important for me on my path to be in my body, because this body was to be loved. Which form it had, it didn't matter. But just be in love with the body and just be here down to earth, to see what my purpose had to be here on earth in this body. And because your frequency rises, things appear sometimes. More awareness, and for some of you and for me it did, but just this last year or even 6 months, I think I can see a lot what is out there, and I cannot do anything with it yet. But I think, okay, I understand. I first had to land into this body and really embody all of this to see more. And in my retreats, I sometimes have energetic operations. It's surgeries, from big energies that come down, and it's really amazing. Yeah. So don't focus on, I want to see everything. I want to channel. I want to see all the other dimensions. Because first you have to get into the body and really be okay with whatever form it has. This year I'm a little bit bigger. I think I'm heavier than I have ever been before in my life. And I can really feel that I'm 52 years old right now. And I can feel, okay, this is what they call menopause with the hormones. And I love it. I think, okay, yeah, this is also what I have to experience or what I can experience as a woman, as being over 50. And yeah. But it also was something I thought, okay, oh, now I'm bigger. So standing naked in front of the mirror again and seeing, okay, is it okay? Do I still love my body the way it is now? And well, the answer was yes, so that's a good thing. Yeah. So yeah, another question maybe.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Amudra, for all that you're sharing with us. Do we have another question?
J'ai entendu beaucoup dans le discours de personnes praniques que à l'état naturel, brut, on se nourrit de prana. Et je me demande pourquoi est-ce qu'on a un système digestif, enfin, je voulais avoir ton avis sur cette question. Qu'est-ce qui fait qu'on a un système digestif si on peut se nourrir à l'origine de prana, donc sans manger?
Why we have a digestive system if at the more original state we can just nourish on prana?
I understand the question, yeah. Because our digestive system is not only for digesting food, but also for digesting emotions. We need every organ, and we know that even if you've been living on prana or being a real breatharian, I never use breatharian on me, because then it looks like I just have to breathe, but I don't get prana from breathing. So then everything still works. You know, we know, I don't know his name, sorry, from India. He became a breatharian when he was 11 and he died when he was 88, I think. Yeah. And of course, they did a lot of research on him, and they saw that every organ was still functioning great. Even he hadn't eaten or have been drinking for 77 years. So it has a different use. It still works. Our kidneys still produce urine, even when we don't drink. Especially with him, I know the research from, okay, they saw some urine in his bladder, and then the other moment it was gone again. So his system just got a self-regulating system. So it's not only for digesting food, all of our intestines, but it does so much more. And of course, we don't know everything yet. And you don't have to know everything.
Thank you, Amudra. I have a question.
Thank you. One question is just to be clear. I'm judging a lot this question. Oh, why are you asking this stupid question? But there's a part of me that wants to ask it, so I just let it happen. Your normal ordinary state, let's say that it's, if I understood well, is just with teas, infusion with no calories.
And coffee.
And coffee.
I love coffee.
Thank you very much. And so this is your natural state, and then when it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
Thank you. This was the first question. And the second is, in your tale, in your story, and in other story, in my understanding, this path, maybe even more about food, is about life and your attitude toward life, and the alignment with yourself, and discover old part of you and new part of you that are more aligned with yourself. And so this is very important then to reach the state of no food, even if I don't like to say in this way. Huh? But now that you reached you arrived at this point, you feel that this process of refinement and understanding and changing your life is still happening. And if still happening, I'm curious, what's now in you that you feel it's changing in your life, in your attitude toward life. Thank you.
Yeah. Of course, we are never finished in learning and exploring, and what I said, I think, especially this last 6 months, there is a lot of opening towards all of the other dimensions. So I get to get a glimpse of it, and I'm happy with it, but don't know what to do with it. Just I think I love science, and I think a part of me always wants to have an explanation or have a clear thing. So for me, when I see it, I think just when I, in this first year, when I did the 3 months without calories, at that point I knew, now it is really a knowing. When I don't see it, when I don't experience it, it is a kind of a knowing, but I don't know for sure. And now I get to explore everything in the other dimensions, and now that is a real knowing. I knew something more was up there, but I didn't really totally could feel it, or I didn't know really. And I think this is such a big path that we are all taking, and still learning from each other. And as a Pranic coach or teacher, I always say to my participants, okay, probably I go to some kind of level, but when I see you in a couple of years, I hope you get to explore so much more than I could ever do. And I think this is the real teaching. I can share my truth. You can learn something from me. I can learn something from you. And I hope you get to explore even more than I can in my lifetime. Because it's really an amazing trip. And now I say, okay, I eat once in a while. And I love that because this whole being human experience is really nice with all the tasting. And this was also my intention when I started this journey. But you never know, maybe in a couple of years, my body doesn't want food anymore. And that's also okay. So I'm really relaxed in it. Yeah. I hope this answers your question a bit. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Amudra. We're going to wrap up now because we're just past the hour, but I just want to say with a lot of gratitude for your sharing with all authenticity. And I think it's a very loaded word, but I feel a lot of love in what you're saying. I hear that you are diving deeply into this experience of love of the body, love of the self, love of life. I can feel it from you.
Really in softness. In the first retreats, it was all a bit work. So I thought, oh, we have to clear these cells. So work, breathe. But now in my retreats, it's just softness and just letting yourself fall into this softness. And then you can get even deeper on all levels. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. We really feel that. Thank you, Amudra, for joining us here in person. It's always beautiful to feel someone in person. So we really appreciate you sharing all of your wisdom and your grace. Just going to throw the word grace out. Thank you.
Thank you.